Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, I eat folks on Platter videos. Here's videos I've been doing for a while now where I go over there try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that the time I'm doing this, folks. Have I ever mentioned that I worked at a gas station for 7 years? I feel like I've mentioned it before. If I haven't, I did. That'll become pertinent to what I'm about to review. But anyway, I'm inside the truck today. You can see it. I'm inside the truck. On top of being inside the truck, I'm wearing a cool shirt, folks. And on top of just being a cool shirt and me liking to highlight the cool shirts that I'm wearing, because that's what I like to do, it's kind of unique in that it's not a black shirt. Most of my shirts are black. But this one's yellow because this is, boom, Sandslash shirt. Yes, indeed, folks, on top of being food guy and martial arts guy and heavy metal guy, I'm also a video game nerd, for sure. I don't really bring it up too much in these, but sometimes I'll wear video game related stuff. And I was there for the Pokemon craze, folks. I was there when that shit got rolling. And Sandshrew and Sandslash, they're my boys. So when I saw this shirt, even though it was yellow, didn't really typically jive with my my overall attire, I was like, I gotta get it. So anyway, folks, what am I trying for y'all today? What are we doing? Well, I've gone over there. I've done a run of sub places recently. I have done Jimmy John's. I did some Subway a while back, but I've done Jimmy John's, Potbelly, Jersey Mike's, Firehouse Subs, Subway, Sereno's, and now, I thought I was done after Sereno's. I really did. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's it. But then, by happenstance, I had to get some stuff done for my car, and I had to drive past a place. Because, folks, we're trying out, boom, Augustino's, specifically, boom. This is their, I'm guessing this is the Italian sub. I got an Italian sub and an American sub. I'm guessing the I means Italian. But yes, indeed, folks, and so right off the bat, I'm going to give these folks credit because one of their options for drink availability is Green River. I fucking love Green River soda. And it's in the bottle, no less. That's fantastic, man. You just don't see that. Not going to do a review of this, but... That's wonderful. That's magical stuff, folks. But anyway, so yeah. What is Augustino's the rock and roll deli and grill? What do they have to do with the fact that I worked at a gas station for 7 years? Well, when I worked at a gas station for 7 years, we would have, a variety of food stuff available. And for a while, we went over there and we had Augustino subs available. Eventually, we just got, our own in-house crap, and it was awful bad. Awful bad. So much that we were literally giving it away at one point. They eventually did go over there and get some better stuff, but I always lamented the loss of the Augustinos, because Augustino's was actually pretty solid. Now, I haven't had Augustino's in probably 10 years, so let's find out if it's as good as I remember. Are you the Italian sub? Yes, you're definitely the Italian sub. Okay. Look at it! It's a sub. It's Italian. All right. And I forget the thing. Come on now. Italian sub is French bread with salami, capicola, mortadella, provolone cheese, tomato, onion, topped off with our famous vinegar and oil dressing. For me, if you're going to do a sub, in Italian is pretty much it's a requirement. You have to be able to get that right. So, I feel like it's a good place to start. So let's try out Italian sub from Augustino's. That's a pretty damn good sub. Went at the bottom. Bite I had at the bottom. That's the one that had like the extra bits and stuff. Well, oh boy. It's a messy ass sub, folks, but it's supposed to be. It's a sub. So, I like it. It's a damn fine sub. However, I do have critique. I like their vinegar and olive oil dressing blend. It packs a wallop, which is good. Should. However, it could have maybe done with a little bit less. And here's why. Because I'm getting so much of that, and I'm getting a lot less of the delicious meats and cheeses. Now they're still in there, to be sure. Onions. Not my favorite part. But the onions, to their credit, I'm not a big onion guy. You do it right in the proper sub, I don't mind it. I can go with it. With this, it doesn't help that I'm hungry. So, with this, I like the freshness of it. You can taste the quality of the ingredients. It's prepared right in front of you, so, you got that going for you. I think, and I've mentioned this in some of my other ones, when you have sub places, you typically have sort of two types of subs that are available. You have, like, the hot subs, and then you have, like, the cold subs. Cold subs, for me, are what I think of when I think of subs. So, this ties more into that, since obviously it's cold type stuff. I like it. I personally, I think that the vinegar and olive oil, I think it's a bit much. I maybe would have dialed back a little bit on the onions. Maybe some thinner cut ones. Because those are the only things that, those are just such strong flavors that I feel like they're sort of masking the quality of the rest of the ingredients, which is unfortunate because the rest of the ingredients still taste good, but a lot of what I'm getting when I'm going over there and biting in is getting the vinegar and olive oil. Then I'm getting some of the meats and cheeses. And then I'm getting that strong onion taste. So I like it. It's still a good sub. And I can see why when I worked at the gas station, why I was, fond of it. Especially considering, compared to a lot of the other stuff that we had available to eat. However, the thing is, I've gone over there and I've tried, so many other places, especially doing this video series. It's not quite as good as I remember. Now, it's still good. I don't want to go over there and crap on it because it's not bad. You can taste the quality. You can taste the freshness. Those are all great things. Like I said, I think a little bit less of the vinegar and olive oil. Maybe a little thinner on the onions. I think that would have gone over there. And maybe if I'd gone over there and chosen no onions. But I try to have as authentic an experience as possible. Less so designed just for me and more for like what people would probably go with. So in that regard, Augustino's still a very solid sub sandwich, but I don't know that I could go over there and put them up there with some of like the higher ranking ones, with like the Jersey Mikes, with the Mr. Submarines. It's still good. I still like it. I'm going to gleefully eat the rest of it. But, and I mentioned this with Sereno's, which Sereno's is excellent. When you have an Italian sub and everything comes together the way it's supposed to, okay? When everything's balanced and stuff, you get this flavor that can only be described as an Italian sub flavor, where everything comes together and it's unmistakable. It's fantastic. I just don't get this with this because, again, I just feel the ratios are off, and I feel like it hurts it a little bit. So, unfortunately, though I did enjoy it quite a bit, like I said, I just can't quite put it up there in the upper echelon. At least not for this one. I still got an American sub to do. 2 questions have to be asked, though. Would I get it again? And would I recommend it? Probably not. And okay, I guess. So, I like Augustino's menu from what I saw. I think for me, if I were going to head back here, and I probably will, because they have a lot of really interesting looking items, I think I would order something else over the Italian sub, because I think at the end of the day, I have other places that are a little bit closer by to me that I can get Italian subs that personally fit my palate a little bit more so. So I don't think that I would get the Italian sub from them again. As to whether or not I would recommend it, I mean, first of all, there's only 2 locations, so you have to kind of be around one of them. But I definitely say give them a shot. I just think that, because ultimately it comes down to what you want out of your sub. For me, like I said, it wasn't as on point as I would have hoped, but I still enjoyed it. So it's not a bad sub. I'm not going to go over there and say don't give it a shot. I do, however, think that there's other places that are just a little bit better in terms of the way they bring the whole sandwich together. So anyway, folks, that's going to do for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of months, stupendous rest of your year, folks. You can go over there and have yourselves a truly rock and roll rest of your lifestyle, because, well, with the rock and roll and such, and all the things, and the youth and everything. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we do if we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. It's not always the easiest thing to do in the world, folks. Trust me, I know it. That's why I put try at the beginning, because we're all going to fail sometimes. But it's important, even when we do fail, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. The thing for me right now is to drink some Green River. It's delicious. And it'll get that lettuce that's in my throat. But yes, do the thing. Maybe you're going to go over there, folks. Maybe you don't live around in Augustino's as I do, okay? But maybe you go over there, you've got like another deli place around you. Maybe it's not a rock and roll deli, though. Maybe it's a ska deli. Because I think that those are things, if I'm not mistaken, right? What with the ska subculture and everything. I don't know how prevalent they are anymore. They definitely had a bit of a run in the 90s, though. What with like the 18-piece bands and the trumpets and trombones and such. Maybe you're going to go to one of those. Maybe you're going to eat yourself some good food. Listen to some ska music. Maybe you decide to go over there and start up your own ska band. You go over there, you get together. Maybe you get under some tutelage of, is it Real Big Fish? I forget who the main one is. I can't think of him now off the top of my head. But maybe you go over there and you get under some tutelage. Maybe you bring in the next wave of ska. That'll last for like a few months, because ska doesn't typically, for long periods. Or conversely, maybe just go over there and find yourself a nice deli and have yourself a wonderful meal. Bye.